This is 90.1 FM WEFT. The time is 8:30, and you're listening to Renee Angela on this Thursday morning menu with soulful music, news, and commentary that makes your soul full. And I am so pleased to present author, poet, transformational coach, and one of my dear friends, Ordena Hope, here in the studio, here to talk about some life-changing things that she has gone through and will also be teaching. She was one of my life coaches, and oh gosh, how long have we known each other? I don't want to date myself or age myself, so I won't say how long we've known each other, but it's been quite a while, so I'm very excited. I've been trying to get her in the studio for a while now, and so I'm very excited to have my best friend here, Ordena Hope, transformational life coach. Say hello to the people out there in Champaign-Urbana and beyond. Miss Hope.
Hello, Angela, and everyone listening. I'm appreciative for you inviting me here.
Oh, and it's always a pleasure to have you here. You are always in the mix doing some exciting things around the community. Just a little background. I can just say for myself that Miss Hope came in at a time that was very troublesome to me. I was having issues with my daughter in the public school system. I was having issues with myself, and she really sat me down and put some things in perspective, and we set out some goals, and she has just helped me blossom, and she is part of the reason why I'm here on the radio on WEFT today. She's given me courage. She encouraged me to write, and that's why I wrote my debut novel, In a Dream. So check that out on my website, reneeangela.com. But she's just been a pleasure, and she's helped so many people. Actually, how long have you been in the community helping people transform their lives?
Oh, my goodness. I have, telling my age. I'll just say quite a long time. I left here, went to Atlanta, so I was afforded the opportunity to work there for 7 years, and I've been back here since 1998.
All right.
Moving around in this community.
Oh, sounds so wonderful. So just to start things off, what is a transformational coach? Because a lot of people don't really maybe not understand what a transformational coach is. Explain what a transformational coach is to you.
Okay, a transformational coach. Let me go to say, in life we all have desires, and we desire to enjoy a life full of health, wealth, love, family, friends, the full gamut of just having fun, living
absolutely.
in fun. So a transformational coach comes along and helps you see the full forest, not just concentrating on the trees per se. You see your life in fullness. Then we take, as we did with you, point out your desires and your intentions and your expectations and defining those things, and therefore transforming your thought process. And as you transform your thought process, inevitably, your life changes.
Those intentions and those expectations. And I have been at a conference. I was just at a conference over the weekend called Celebrate Your Life. And I remember many of the speakers were talking about the intention, the power of intention and expectations. Kind of explain to the people out there how powerful having an intent is. It's not just even just having a thought, but having the intent. Explain to people the power of that intent and that expectation when you put those thoughts and desires in your mind.
Okay, first, intention. Intention is actually a force in the universe that actually propels you forward. So having specified intent or moving in intention toward a desired goal. Once you define that intention or that goal, as you propel yourself forward, moving forward, with the expectation of being at the end, that operates and moves you toward your intention. So that's where I say intent-filled expectations. So as we moving in toward the desired end, we don't concentrate where we are. We concentrate on the desired end, so that intentional force that is in the universe propels you forward.
And it will draw you to that desired end.
Yes.
And so some people just say, it begins with the thought, or, it just ends with a thought. Do you feel that way? Do you feel that it begins and ends with a thought, or do you think there's a whole process in between that beginning and end thought?
Absolutely. I believe that it begins with a thought. It ends with expectation.
All right.
In my mind, I move with you create the thought. The expectation is to see the manifestation. Mm-hmm. So I operate under hopeful expectation, creating the manifestation that I desire in my life. Mm-hmm. So no, I don't think it ends with a thought. It ends with the actual manifestation of your desire.
All righty. Yeah. Sounds wonderful. And of course, you're also an author and a poet, and you've just come out with a new book called Unmasked, Disrobed, and Dismantled. Tell me a little bit about your book that you've just come out about.
Well, Unmasked, Disrobed, Dismantled is a book about the traumas of my life, not necessarily concentrating on the trauma, but celebrating coming out of those chains and celebrating the unmasking of who people projected me to be, and I adapted into those roles.
Okay.
Disrobing that thought process, taking it off, and dismantling the misconceptions, the disoriented thought processes that were embedded in me.
Okay.
So in doing so, you find yourself and you celebrate that. So the book is basically about the celebration of finding the true self within.
All right. And of course, sometimes out of those darkest moments, you arise like that phoenix from the ashes. And I'm always saying that I love that phrase of rising like that phoenix from the ashes, because sometimes when the ashes are going and you're seeing all this smoke around and you really can't see anything, and sometimes you just got to sift through those ashes and pull out that goodness. So this is what your book is about. And I did have the pleasure of reading the book. I actually have a signed copy of Unmasked, Disrobed, Dismantled. And it really is about celebrating those pieces that from all of that trauma, you can still pull out these pieces and say, these are great parts of the life. And this is what I am, not what everybody else wanted to perceive me or wanted me to be. This is what I am. And that's what I liked about your book when you celebrate. There's a part in your book called I Am She. Let's discuss that, because I was just talking about the Cinderella complex. Sometimes on this show, I talk about the Cinderella complex and knowing who you are and knowing the queen that you are. And sometimes we go around looking for these. Last week I talked about when the prince becomes a toad and he's jumping around and around and around. And sometimes we are so busy looking for that prince, we've forgotten that we're a queen and the king will come to us most of the time. And so I just love your I Am She. Tell the people, without telling the whole thing, tell the people a little bit about I Am She, because I am excited about I Am She and the things that you're going to take from this I Am She and propel into many different realms. So tell us a little about I Am She.
Well, I Am She came about, actually, I do homeschooling she's 19, my daughter. And in one of our studies, we went through the process of what you stand as queen. I believe that we all are queens in our own right. Mm. And in the call of queen, there's a call of queen.
Oh, right now.
And the king, when he decides to marry, he put out a call of queen to the subjects of his domain.
Yes.
So in standing up, anybody can answer the call, but only a few are chosen to be in the queenship. Mm-hmm. So in the I Am She, I don't know how you want me to explain this. It's the fullness of who she is to the king.
Yes.
And who, as a woman, what are your roles? When I walk into a place, what am I bringing to the table, as they say? Mm-hmm. So I Am She stands up and say, I am that queen.
All right.
I am that one who holds that scepter.
Yes.
I am that one who enters into the chambers of his moments, morals, knowings, questions, conjures,
wonderful,
conquerors, quest, everything. I am that she that propels him forward.
All right.
From behind, not leading, but leading from behind. So guiding and directing that he that is to be the head of my life.
All right, and that is a wonderful sense of empowerment for us she's out there. It made me think, as you were speaking, it made me think about the story of Esther in the Bible, the King James Bible. And I've been reading that just every day for about 2 weeks now. And I was thinking about how Esther went through this preparation for like a year before the king even saw her, and how she beat out all these women. But then when she did become queen, and the king's right-hand man is going around killing all her people.
Right.
And she's saying, okay, I've got to let him know what's going on. And so she puts on her robes and her queenly garbs, and she goes and asks for the receiving into the inner courts. And she's like, she goes through this whole method of explaining to the king, this is what is happening to our people, my people. And this is, I can't tolerate this because I'm the queen. And if it's going to be my people, then you might as well kill me.
Absolutely.
And it was interesting just reading that story, how the king had to process this. And in that, so many different things, he started taking a lot of cues from her and saying, okay, who do I appoint now that I've got to get my right-hand man out the position because he wants to eventually hurt my wife.
Oh, absolutely.
And so it's wonderful how we can even be from behind and still be leading. We don't always have to be out in the forefront, out on the battlefields, out on the darkened roads, that we can just kind of say, I'm standing with you, I'm standing beside you, I'm standing behind you, and I'm just telling you these little tidbits of what's going on. And if that king, and that's the difference for me between a king and a prince, or even a king and a boy, or a boy and a man, the Lord, because that king has that trust in that queen.
Yes.
So when she does speak, he says, okay, I know that she's for me and not against me. And so that's one of the things that I liked about I Am She, because a lot of women, we don't understand that we have that kind of power. And we're so busy in a power struggle with the men that we buck up against them, and we're kind of divided. So
I think what we've lost our central purpose. A lot of people think that the Bible says we were a helpmate. Mm-hmm. And actually the word is not helpmate, it's helpmeet.
Yes.
So we have forgotten or been displaced in our role as a helpmeet.
Yes.
We help him meet the desired end. Whether that desired end be me, or anything that has to do with me or him, but it's all to the betterment of the community, the love that should exist within the fullness of the community.
Yes.
So that's what I think we're here for.
And there is definitely a difference between meet and mate. And
Absolutely.
when you do put those words in those contexts, and you do see the original wordings where it does say help meet, that changes the perspective between meet and mate, because it's okay, we're working together for a common goal, a common desire, instead of the help mate where it's like, okay, you just gonna help me do what I want you to do.
Our creation,
right? So it does. It's a difference, and sometimes we have to be very, very mindful of those difference in words, and and understand what our role is when.
The power of that particular word.
Yeah, the power of those words.
We always tend to substitute words.
Yes.
And understanding that the force that's driving those words, the intent of the word. The word has a meaning. That meaning is going to manifest. So if we keep using the wrong word, well, we wonder what's manifesting.
Oh, absolutely.
So as we help meet, actually standing in that particular role, then you can understand I Am She.
Oh, wonderful. And from I Am She, what do you plan to do with that? You were telling me some ideas, and I don't want to tell the people, but I'm going to let you tell the people some of the ideas. And I am so very excited about this. I remember when she called me up and said, this is where I want to take I Am She. And I just saw this wonderful experience with I Am She, the power of I Am She. So tell us some of the things that you want to move with I Am She.
I Am She. Thank you for pushing me forward. I actually have been strategically placing my book across the world, universal.
Yes.
And I gave it to this young teen, and she came back with the same thing. This is my favorite part. I am she. You need to talk about it more. So as I was sitting in meditation, I saw myself doing seminars on I Am She, bringing that woman that's broken as I was broken, that was bent as I was bent, resentful, angered, filled, into her stance. Oh. So I Am She will be, I'm envisioning workshops, I'm envisioning seminars to where it's an empowerment field because you know me, I'm a motivator, I'm an empower. I love to push people, help them prepare to be the greatness that they have within themselves. Not what I see, but what they desire in themselves, and that being okay with whatever that may be. And helping someone move into that stance of I am she, I am he, because there's a part, who he is also, which is great about I Am She. Helping people, men, women, understand the fullness and the greatness that God has created us to be in his likeness, and that can actually be a reality. And I'm so excited because I try to walk in that, I try to live in that. And yes, we all fall short, but having that desired expectation or that intent-filled expectation of who I can be, who I am, and just unmasking, disrobing, dismantling, peeling apart, and finding that she that is in me.
Oh, that is so wonderful. And I advise everyone to go on the lulu.com website and look up this unmask this. You say, I'm over here. My problem is I'm too excited over here. I can't even say the dang on title to the book. So
you can actually go to lulu.com and just type in my name and then you'll find it also.
Absolutely. And look for Ordena Hope on Facebook.
I have Hopeful Expectation page on Facebook.
Yeah, so she has Hopeful Expectation page on Facebook. She's also on YouTube. She has a trailer for the book on her YouTube. Is it under the same Ordena Hope? So if you look up Ordena Hope on YouTube, Facebook, I advise you to go and seek out a copy of Unmasked, Disrobed, Dismantled, because it is really a wonderful, wonderful source. And I thank you so much for being on the show, and I welcome you back to the show. I will definitely bring you back on the show as you continue on with all the things that you're doing. Actually, I even want you to come back on the show because you have these little motivational pieces, and you have one right now, don't you?
I do have one right now.
Okay, well, say your motivational piece, and I think I'm going to have you come back again and do some more motivational pieces and just a little bit longer. Listen and experience, and you may not get it right now, but listen to the words that she is saying, and it will manifest. It will click on your mind. Like I said, you may not get it right now, or you may get it right now, but listen to these words, and I'm definitely going to have Miss Hope back to do some more of these intent-filled motivational moments. So go ahead and start with your motivational piece.
Okay, today I want to talk about defining your desire. And when we define our desire and putting actually on paper, black and white, you're actually setting it in stone. So this being, when you create this, you're creating a great tool of vision. Most people say, write your vision, make it plain. Well, sitting down and defining your desire actually helps you do that, and it also keeps you in alignment in what your expectations shall be. So that's a quick nugget for you for today, and I'd like to thank you, Angela, for your wonderful just bringing out the best in me, because you actually turned it around and been my life coach also.
We've kind of helped each other.
Absolutely. Appreciate you, and have a great day.
Oh, well, thank you so very, very much, Miss Hope. That was Ordena Hope, Transformational Life Coach. Hopeful, say it again.
You can email me at hopecoach@gmail.com if you have any questions, comments, or concerns.
Absolutely. So hopecoach@gmail.com. Definitely get in touch with Ordena and ask her some questions. She's always available to ask questions. And like I said, she's a great transformational coach, author, and poet. Check out her book. And she's actually even wrote a book of poems called Poetic Universe. Yes. And you can check that off as well on the lulu.com website. And I will definitely have her back to do some more motivational, inspirational pieces because, of course, this is soulful. Music that makes your soul full, news that make your soul full, commentary that makes your soul full. So we are all about filling up that soul and finding the she or the he within. This is 90.1 FM WEFT with your girl Renee Angela, ending this Thursday morning menu. Of course, up next is always the segment of strip programming, jazz. And this is, of course, Shelley with Sounds of Home coming up at the 9 o'clock hour. And I will be back again next week, next Thursday, of course, for the Thursday morning menu, soulful music, news, and commentary that makes your soul full. Until then, of course, I am always sending out blessings of peace, love, and bliss. Until next Thursday, take care.